Basically, the question is, what held you back from starting your own business?
My own mindset. It was all in my own head. I Until I started my own business, I really, well, I can't say that. Um, until I was well into my 30s, almost 40, roughly close to 40 years old, I suffered from, I call it suffering from social anxiety. I had very much an introvert. I had difficulty communicating with people, understanding other people. I have still have difficulty sometimes when I'm really tired, but I never really learned or put my mind to learning how to actually have a conversation. So literally it begins there, right? So that set me up to have a fear of being around people. I don't do crowds well, still don't. I can't make there's I have to be able to make sense of what's in front of me and what's around me, and that's always been true about who I am. So when I was in my 20s, I knew, oh my goodness, I knew retail inside and out and was ready to purchase a retail establishment. Actually, I balked because I realized I was going to have to be in front of people and actually talk to them, and that wasn't going to work. Then I had other ideas and implemented things in business with jobs that I had. But the minute that I became the spotlight, right? The minute that I was put out front that says she did this, somebody pointed fingers at me, I was ready to just crawl under a table. And so what ended up having to happen is that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was extremely frustrated with being told that it's obvious you know what you're talking about, but we're not going to do it because so and so that we like better told us to do it this way. And then they'd lose money, right? And it wouldn't work. And I'd be sitting here, it's like, well, I told you what to do. You told me it was great, but you're not going to do it. See, it doesn't make sense to me. So when I'm in an environment that doesn't make sense, I get extremely frustrated and highly stressed, highly stressed. And so eventually what happened was the last job I had got laid off. Actually, I got fired, and I was happy to be fired. And I said, that's it. With my husband's backing, for 20 years he's been behind me. You need to be out there. You need to be doing this. I did it. I just stepped out there and absolute stark raving terror, white knuckled it. Honestly, it was almost like I'm beyond the reluctant entrepreneur, right? I'm the left claw marks in the carpet. By God, you will open your own business. And when I did, what I had to do in my own head was to say, I have a problem. Let's apply or find a solution. And once I did that, because this is how I work, I'm a problem solver. My problem was I can't speak in front of people. I don't know how to do it. What's the solution? I researched a couple things and I joined Toastmasters. My problem is I have to make sales. I don't know how to have a sales conversation. Solution: find somebody who knows how to and learn it. Once I broke it down into those elements, I was okay. And that's still what I do today. The difference is I now can communicate, as you can see, and carry on conversations. I speak regularly in front of big crowds. I'm speaking next week at a university. I'm often brought in as a guest lecturer or a guest speaker, do webinars, I host events, just all sorts of things happen. But it's because I needed to break down the elements of what the problems were, ask the right questions, and then find the answers and put it to use.
Wow, that's really amazing there. So basically, it was almost as if the universe, well, I'm going to say God at the same time,
Please do.
was
Please
kind
do.
of was telling you that it was kind of allowing circumstances to happen to you to push you into entrepreneurship. So
Yes.
basically, the question is for those of us who know that we have to be have who know that we're made to be entrepreneurs, but are terrified because of circumstances like, you know, what if you fail, or if what if you don't make money? How can we overcome that?
Well, what I advise new business owners, though, whether they are thinking of purchasing an existing business, following a model that seems to work for other people, or really if they are have a burning desire that it has to be like a startup, like a tech startup or something brand new, is what's the question? What are you afraid of? Identify what it is that you're afraid of. So you ask the right question and get the answer, which is, I am afraid that I will fail. Why is that a fear? What evidence do you have that you are going to fail? So you get yourself thinking that first, and then you say, why am I stuck in my own head? I need to go find somebody who's done this and attach myself to them and learn as much as possible and do what they do, because what they're doing works. Here's the key. This is what I did that worked, is that I knew how to manage a bigger business. And what I did initially was I put all those systems and processes into this very, very small micro business of my own. I got overwhelmed. And I'm serious. You know, I mean, for goodness sakes, I had Peachtree accounting for my bookkeeping system. Why? Because that's what I saw in the big businesses I was a part of. You don't need Peachtree accounting, trust me. So then I thought I'd go down and go into QuickBooks. I don't need QuickBooks. So what I did was I went to a group of people that are doing what I wanted to do and said, how do you have your office set up? How do you have your system set up? What is it you're doing? How do you approach people? How do you have these conversations? So I was learning other skills. I told you I was part of Toastmasters and had somebody who could talk me through sales conversations. But to actually start the business, I just went to people who were doing it, and I literally got the guidance. So I was using the tools that they used. I approached people the way they approached. I organized my projects the way they did. From there, once I had the foundation set, then I could tweak it to really suit me. But I didn't know anything going in. So here's the question. You don't know what you're doing when you're starting. How do you know that what you're doing is going to work? Right. You don't. So go find somebody who does and attach yourself to them.
That's a intriguing question there, and an intriguing answer at the same time. So now I got to chat about live stream because, of course, we met on a live stream platform called Blab almost 2 years ago. So how has live streaming, impacted your business?
What it has done is it has allowed for real-time awareness about what's happening with my business so that my customers and potential customers, referral partners, collaboration partners are seeing me real time. And what that does is that provides not only a level of authority and credibility, but it now provides this level of trust. Because in live stream, it's difficult to hide my nose itching, right? That's how real I am, right? It's difficult to hide that, okay, you're just going to have to wait a second because my chair got wonky. It's difficult to hide the sneeze, in the live stream, what can be fun when somebody walks in the background. This is real. This is who I am. This is how I respond to surprises. This is how I speak. This is who I am right now. And you see me a few different times in a few different live stream environments, and there's some consistency there, and that raises the level of trust. I think that live stream provides the opportunity for a much quicker level of trust than the other platforms allow for. And then when you get into interaction, such as you and I, then we can throw each other some really weird questions just to see what happens and have a little fun while we're doing it, right?
Yeah. Right. So can you elaborate more? Because you said, that live streaming allows you to interact more than other platforms. Can you elaborate more on what you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is live stream is live. So that implies that it is in the now, real time. So with interaction, either between you and I or engagement on like Facebook where we can see comments, or we have people coming in and out, sharing it with their networks, things of that sort. Now we're just, you're just right across the desk from me now, right? You know, it doesn't matter where you are, you're across the desk. And those who are listening and watching, they're very comfortable in their own environment, and that sets up excellent interaction and engagement opportunities because they're relaxed. I'm relaxed.
Yeah.